Hi, this is JF from OSG Studios. Today I'm going to show you how you can use in Cubase free warp on multiple tracks. Now this is typically going to be useful for drums that have been recorded using several microphones in this example. Okay, as you see, the kick, it's got 3 mics on it, got 2 overheads, you've got the rooms, you've got 2 snares, you've got toms. It adds up to 14 tracks in this case. And I want to manipulate the timing. First thing you need to do is go to the internet and download and install this program. This is called Audacity. Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. Audacity. Freeware, you don't have to pay for it. Now, I'm going to make a copy of the drums. You noticed, I forgot to mention, I put the drums all into a folder track. Okay. Right, and I just copied the entire folder. Now, select the copies and delete. So we're just left with the channels here. That's later, we're going to use that. Okay. Now, we go back to our drums, the original, and select all the drums, select them, and we're going to export selected tracks. Very important. Copy, and now we're going to put them somewhere. I'm going to put them in a folder I made already for Audacity. Okay, so, and we have to actually make a new folder in the Audacity folder. This is going to be called Drums for Audacity. Okay. Okay. Now those files have been copied over. We can now close or minimize Cubase. Open Audacity. Now in Audacity, you don't have to know much about this really. You can learn for yourself. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you can use Cubase, this is no problem. But one thing you need to know here, in the preferences, go to Import, Export, and then click on Use Custom Mix. Okay, that's the only reason we're using Audacity, is just for this one feature that Cubase doesn't have. So now we import the drums. Here, Audacity, drums for Audacity, media. Here they are. Okay, select them all, open, and here they go. Just like Cubase, they have just been imported into Audacity. Right, but all we're going to do is select all the tracks, left click on anywhere here or here, and then Control A. And now we're going to export again. We'll give this a name, because the name we've got here is just the name of the top file, the bass drum front. It's called that. We're going to call it Drums from Audacity. Okay, that was already there. Look. All right, and we'll put those into our Cubase track. I think. Yeah, I've already written one there. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm going to replace it. Okay, now, as you can see, this pops up. Now what this is going to do, it's going to export all these tracks into one WAV file. Okay. It's you have a mono file, you have stereo, that's 2 channels. You can have surround, typically 5, 6 channels, up to, I don't know, surround 10 channels. Or okay, but in this case we've got 14 channels, so it's going to give us one WAV file with 14 channels within it. You'll see in a moment. Okay, press OK. Ignore that. Okay. Now it's done it. And we can close Audacity. We don't even need to save it, just that's all we need it for. Okay, now we want to import that file we just exported from Audacity. Okay, drums from Audacity. Quick look, you see, it tells us about the file. 14 channels. Okay, open. Important, split channels, uncheck. Okay, we want one file. Going in. There you have it, look. Listen to this. Okay, now what we do, we just do it standard procedure for audio, or free warp I should say. Once again, this isn't a tutorial on how to use free warp. Double click, and I do it like this. Edit hit points. Okay, gives us a bunch of anchors basically, just that'll do. Warp tabs. Okay, free warp. Now, what we can do now is mess around with the audio, whatever we need to do. That beat might be supposed to be there, or that's supposed to be slightly over there. As you can see, of course, everything's moving together, which is the goal, which is what we wanted. Okay, great. So I'm putting all that out of time now. This is only an example, of course. Quick check. Whatever. Okay. So you've done that. Let's presume you've gone through it. You've fixed everything to what you want. Now you right click on it. Audio, bounce selection. Replace events. Okay, and now what you're going to have is the file complete with warp. So it should all be as you want it. But of course the problem now is we don't want it all in one file. We want it separate mono files like we had it before. Okay, don't worry, we're getting there. Once again, select this file, export selected track, copy. We'll put it here again into the project. Okay, warped drums. Okay, where is it? There. Press OK, and now we can just close that. Let's mute that so it doesn't get any confusion here. I'll do the same with this lot. So put them out of the way. Now what we're going to do, keep those out of the way. Remember the copy we made of the drums? What we're going to do is import that file, that 14 channel file. We're going to import it, but each channel is going to go to a separate, back to its original position. Okay, so the first thing you do there, at the top of the channels, select that one. Bass drum front in this case. Okay, and the reason is when we import them, that will be the place where the first file goes to. Okay, now import audio file. We have to find our multi-track. Where was it? Warp drums. Here we go. It's one file, 14 channels still, as you see. Open. This time, very important, split channels. Click OK. Different tracks. Okay, now it's split it all up. Let's put them all in their original place. This is a workaround, of course. It would be nice if you could do this within Cubase without having to do this. But it's not as yet possible. I don't know why. This should be the front kick. Let's just double check, shall we? I'll ungroup them. Let's double check. Snare top. Hang on. I'll put the snare top on just to make sure it really is. Sounds like a snare bottom. Yeah, that's definitely toms, you can see. Yeah, so it's all in the right order. That's important, of course. Otherwise you'll get confused. So, there we are. And you can actually get rid of the original drums. Remove. And the drums from Audacity. Remove. And we're back to where we were, but with warped drums. Which is great. Okay, I hope that helps some people out there. I know it helped me a lot when I discovered it. And I'll be back soon with another tutorial. If you've got any questions, just post it. Okay, thanks. Bye.